The tension in Cairo is growing after the Egyptian president gave the military the power to arrest civilians. The military. This move is intended, they tell us, to stop days of often violent protests, but instead opponents say it could make things worse there. This weekend, the president, Mohamed Morsi, largely gave up his power grab, which essentially put him above the law. That decision in direct response to mass demonstrations, including protesters reportedly storming through barbed wire barricades that surround the presidential palace. But President Morsi still plans to go ahead with a vote this Saturday on a controversial new constitution. And opponents say unless he cancels that vote, the protests will continue. Now, keep in mind, President Morsi helped negotiate the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, so there's a lot on the line here. The Fox Report's chief correspondent, Jonathan Hunt, is with us. This referendum is another potential flashpoint.
Absolutely, Shep, because although President Morsi handed back the powers that he grabbed in that out-and-out power grab just a couple of weeks ago, the Constitution that will be voted on in this weekend's referendum gives him back a lot of those same powers, sidelines the courts once again. That's why the protesters now have a couple of options. They can go onto the streets again and make it too chaotic to hold the referendum, or at least try to. They can try to appeal to the U.S. to put more pressure on President Morsi, although U.S. officials are weighing their words very carefully for now. Listen.
We want to see a constitution that, when it is adopted, respects and protects the rights of all Egyptians and the democratic trajectory of the country, but Egyptians are going to have to work through how they get from here to there.
And getting from here to there could be very bloody if the protests get a lot worse in Cairo, as predicted over the next few days.
The echoes of the former leader of that country just keep coming and coming.
Yeah, first of all, in President Morsi trying to take those dictatorial kind of powers that President Mubarak had before him, and now using the military to try to keep protesters off the street, giving the military the power to arrest people. But the big difference now between President Morsi's situation and that of President Mubarak, at least until the end of the Mubarak regime, is the people clearly know they can change their own destiny. Listen.
What we do see is an Egyptian people that feel the people power, that understand that they can come to the street, that they don't have to take government decisions that are overly, let's say, overly repressive or undemocratic. They don't have to take these laying down. They can have a voice.
And Morsi's critics intend to exercise that voice with a huge demonstration on the streets of Cairo tomorrow. Morsi's supporters are calling a counter-demonstration, so it will be a very tense day. About 2:25 a.m. in Cairo right now on Tuesday. It's shaping up to be a very big day.
We'll watch it. Jonathan, thanks so much.